So they claim that democracy is freedom. After having further researched this whole situation, I'm going to say that democracy is actually a form of dictatorship. If you stay with me, you're going to see and understand why. So sad what they've done to us. Democracy, dictatorship. Now, democracy, it's a political system. When you say the word democracy, you're referring to a political system that's in operation here in Canada. Now, within this political system, there's a struggle for power. Okay, because there's several parties that are fighting it out, not physically, but within the context of the media and everything, to get your votes. Or there's a struggle for power between alternative and separate parties. They're supposed to be alternative and separate. So there's a struggle for power. So, in the political parties, they are all trying to get your votes. They are in a struggle to get their votes because they want to become the elective member of parliament. Now, let's say in this fight there was the Conservative Party, Parti Québécois, the Liberal Party, and the Green Party. Now, we'll say the Conservative, they got 51% of the vote. The Parti Québécois got 20% of the vote. The Liberal got 20% of the vote, and the Green got 9% of the vote. So from all the voting ability that was out there, 100%, the Conservatives got 51%. That means they've won the election. That means they've become the representative party of Canada. Now hang on a second, because these 20% here for the PQ, they didn't want the Conservatives to win. And these 20% for the Liberal, they didn't want the Conservatives to win. And these 9% for the Green Party, they didn't want the Conservatives to win neither. So you've got 49% of the people who have voted for the total voter turnout that doesn't want to be ruled by this party, that doesn't want to have anything to do with the Conservative Party. But yet, the winning party has a right to represent everybody without a say. They've won, you have to shut up and accept their ruling. So-called democracy. This is a dictatorship, a dictatorial government. They're playing democracy because these people here have no more voice because this majority won. And they say that's fine, that's fair. And people will say, okay, we agree with it. Majority wins. How can you call that democracy? How can you call that freedom? If 51% have a voice, but 49% don't have a voice, that's not freedom. So when you look at it in these terms, then the parliament member is actually a misrepresentation of the people. Because the parliament member that's in there representing only the certain amount of people that voted for him, he's not representing everybody. So he's a misrepresentation of the people, because the existence of parliament means the absence of people. The fact that there are parliament members sitting in there representing those who have voted for them means that us people, we can't get in there. That they're supposed to be sitting there on our behalf. Yet the Conservative Party, for example, who won 51% of the vote, are only representing 51% that voted for them. And the other 49% that didn't vote for them, they have no voice now, because he will not be concerned about what they want. So having a parliament member actually means having the absence of people, that people won't have a voice anymore, that only a select majority of people will have a voice. So in the parliament building where they're making all these laws, because there is the absence of people and there's no direct participation of the people, then the parliament members can pass laws that profit the corporation, because they're representing those corporations, those people who have deposited money into their election campaigns. So the fact that there's only parliament members who represent a certain amount of people in Canada, they can pass laws because there's no people there to oppose them. So the parliament member, he's elected from a voting process. And this voting process, it divides the population, because different members and different groups of the population decide who they're going to vote for. So this process is actually creating division. They say, I'll stand for this party because I believe in this, and the other one says, no, you're crazy, I won't vote for him, I don't believe in what he stands, I'll vote for this other guy. So the process is actually creating a division between the population. But it's the process of voting for a parliament member that actually creates the dictatorship here in our country. It creates a dictatorship, again, because we have a winner here who's got the 51% of the votes. He's in charge, and the 49% who didn't vote for the winner, who didn't want anything to do with the winner or what the winner stood for, they now have no more voice. They must accept the leader of this party. So they've been cancelled out. This is dictatorship. So this winner here, who's the parliament member now, he was elected by hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions of people who voted for him. Now, out of all those hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people that voted for them, very few relationships exist between this winner and these people. This guy, the winner, the parliament member, he doesn't talk to us, he doesn't know us, the millions of people or the hundreds of thousands of people that voted for him. He has no relationship with us, he doesn't know our concerns on a first-hand basis. When he's sitting there in the parliament, he's not representing me, he's not representing you, he's never even talked to me before. He's representing a party, and he's representing the desires and the wishes of that party, under a false disguise saying he's representing people. We are isolated from the representative, and in turn he is isolated from us. Like I said, we don't spend time with him. He has no idea who we are. He just represents his party. There's no contact. He can't say that he represents us. So when the winner, the parliament member, is voted in, he or she takes over the sovereignty of the people, and he claims to act on our behalf. So this person that you're voting in now, he's taken over your sovereignty. And he's claiming to act on your behalf. But doesn't know you, never met with you, doesn't know your family, doesn't know your concerns, but he claims he's acting on your behalf. But yet, his oath, as you've seen before in another video, is to the allegiance of the Queen and not to the people. So when you look at it clearly, then the government, the corporation, but the government is a parliament of the winning party and not a parliament for the people. So the executive power, or the power of operation, then becomes that of the victorious party. This power goes into their hands and not of the people of Canada. We don't have the power, the party has the power. Under this system, men and women are victims. We're not the ones who profit from this system. We lose. Because the ones who are in power, whichever party has been voted in from the small majority of the people, they don't represent all the people, and what they want is to help the corporations, as we've seen in the past 50 years. Look at the politics, look what's happened to Canada.